I got deep into drugs at about 11 to 12. Heroin, smoking crack, weed, prostitution. Parents were both drug addicts.
It was a time when I didn't even want to live. Sleeping with people you don't even know.
I stole from people. I sold myself. I lied to people.
I got into a car accident and started on pain meds, and it developed into a very bad addiction that I never thought I would ever get to the point where I was actually doing heroin and doing all the things that usually come along with addiction, and lost my kids in the process. Pretty much lost everything. I lost my entire life.
When I was introduced to Wish, I was thinking, these ladies don't know what they're talking about. They're not going to be able to help me. But they have helped me. They helped me in so many ways. They give me encouragement.
Many a times, they were the only people who I knew I could depend on to let me know that I was still special and that I was still human, even though I was in the grips of hell.
It was just effortless. They made it easy.
Our outreach program is unique because our women are served by individuals who the women can relate to because they've been in those same scenarios.
I am almost 4.5 years clean. I was addicted to heroin and crack. I indulged in what I needed to do to take care of my substance abuse issue. So when I see these women, I see a piece of myself. I think that the women probably have saved me in more ways than I could have ever hoped to save them.
Growing up in a household with two parents being in addiction, and my mom, it's unfortunate, but she is still struggling with her addiction. So for me, indirectly more so with the trauma, it just made me learn to respect people and not judge them, and that no matter what, change is good.
For me, it just made sense to use peers because, you know, I know what trauma is. I know what it's like to get raped. I know what it's like to feel negative about yourself. I know what hopelessness felt like.
There's plenty of nights where we should have been off the clock and we choose to continue to do what we're doing. And I think it's just because for everybody on the team, it's you know, personal.
Erica, she would come in every day and she was homeless and she was under the bridge and she had her boyfriend and they were using, but she kept coming.
My life now is amazing. I don't have the best of everything, and I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I am miles away from where I was. I live with my sons. I have a job. I bought a car. I'm not invisible.
Antoinette, she's moved mountains. I remember when I first met her, she felt really negatively about herself until she was able to just slowly build up confidence.
I have housing through the WISH program, a life coach through the WISH program, and I get asked to go speak at Legislative Hall for felons, women, you know, that need TANF or help.
I just want to thank, could you both stand up, please? These two ladies went down to Legislative Hall and they actually testified in a committee of around 100 people. It was an amazing event. The bill actually passed through at the House.
It felt so great to speak in front of those people, and not just to speak in front of those people, to actually be heard.
When you hear about Brooke, she was one of the ones, I outreached to her all the time, and she was just one of the ones that you almost thought, like, okay, she's gonna die out here.
Sorry. Brooke's life now is utter chaos, and I love it. But it's good chaos. I have a job. I have an 18-month-old little boy, Devin. I have my daughter, Anaya, who comes and visits. We're doing more family things. We just do normal things. Pay bills, pay bills, pay bills.
I'm at a point right now where all the goals that I've set Originally, when I first got into recovery, I reached. The biggest thing is I just got my own home. And I feel like it's kind of my second chance to be a good mom and to raise a beautiful daughter. I've been working for the WISH program now for 2 years as an outreach worker, and I've learned so much to be successful and to show others that no matter how low you get, it's never too late.
How amazing is it that she was my client, I was outreaching to her, and then now she's my coworker. To see her life change in really a relatively short amount of time has been incredible.
You hear about a lot of programs when you're homeless and running the streets. And a lot of them are the same, but WISH was different.
I believe that health is multifaceted. There's social health, there's emotional health, there's physical health. And I think the greatest thing about the WISH program is that it hits all three.
To me, the part of the WISH program that has been the most helpful is the trauma-informed part, where the staff is very understanding of what, our clients have been through.
The outreach was big for me. That was to have them come out and just let me know that they cared was very big, because you turn into an outcast.
They don't judge you. I've never been judged, ever. And a person like me, I'm private. I don't want to tell anybody anything. I got this thing. I can do it by myself. But I've learned that I can't, and I need help.
One of WISH's greatest successes is the impact that we've had on the community. And even though it's not state level, we've impacted 600 women within Newcastle County.
The women ended up being the driving force. They took the reins and they started to drive treatment in Delaware. They started to shape success in Delaware. People started to look at the WISH program and say, wow, wraparound services really do work.
If we could take that model and make it statewide, that we can increase the awareness, increase the support for these women.
I think when a program ends, it would be a lie to say there's not going to be an impact. I think it's also truly difficult from a programmatic perspective to measure all the things that you prevented.
Without a type of program like this, you could see an increase in sex work. The women have to be able to support themselves, and the project, the WISH program, has helped them find employment. Without that, they may have to stay in this work to support themselves and their families.
We know that individuals that aren't served and don't engage in treatment have the potential to end up in jail. They have the potential to end up dead.
I almost lost my life 24 days ago from shooting a bad bag of heroin.
What did they say was in it?
Whiskey.
Yeah.
So that's what I get to look at.
Someone else has to continue to take care of these women who haven't been taken care of when they were at their most vulnerable. And it's almost a moral obligation on the government, churches, and states to not be overshadowed by the stigma.
We don't have the funding to continue the program. But then again, you have to figure out how to get that funding, because we have spent the past 5 years getting these women in the community to trust us. And now what we're saying is, we are glad we helped you. We realize that, this is a benefit. We realize that, this is important work, but now we have to end it, and I hope you'll be okay, is unacceptable.
The one thing with the WISH program is that you don't have to question whether or not we did a good job or whether or not we did enough, because the successes in the program have shown us that.
Sobriety has given me everything that heroin promised. If you're thinking about, getting clean, do it. It's way better on this side. Trust me. Trust me.
Second chances they're not just important, they're essential.
WISH was my light at the end of the tunnel. They were my phone call when I was ready.
4 years ago, I was sleeping under a bridge, and this morning I helped 3 other homeless people to get housing. Like, the feeling is amazing. It really is. And I love my life. I just do. I love my life. And without the WISH program, I wouldn't be here.